Welcome to lesson 7. Go ahead and complete your name, today's date, circle your team, and then get going with the appetizer. All right, let's go ahead and move on to main dish part 1. This is actually a bonus challenge lesson, so I'm going into some 5th, 6th, and even 7th grade math skills within this. Just a heads up that sometimes a rule isn't just as simple as times 5 or minus 2 or plus 4. Sometimes there's actually multiple steps within the same rule. So if I'm looking at the pattern 1, 3, 7, 15, 31, 63, I might be asking, oh, I can plus 2, but when I do 3 plus 2, I don't get 7. I could do 1 times 3, but when I do 3 times 7, 3 times 3, I don't get 7. So that is a heads up to me that this might actually be a more complex rule. So these can be really challenging to figure out, but if you take your time and make sure the rule works every time, you'll actually see the pattern. So the rule here is actually times 2 plus 1, because 1 times 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 times 2 plus 1. 7 times 2 plus 1, and so on for the next two. So we're going to try and find these tough rules within the following XY tables. So looking at our first one, I'm going to start with the basics. I'm going to say, okay, I could plus 2, and then I'm going to do that same thing here, but 1 plus 2 does not equal 7. So instead, I'm going to start doing some multiplication. I can do 0 times anything, and it gets me 0. So let's do 0 times 2. And then, in order to get from 0 to 2, I would then have to add 2. So let's try that again here. 1 times 2 would be 2, plus 2 would be 4. So again, this one isn't working either. What if I do times 3 plus 2? Let's see. Times 3 plus 2. 1 times 3 is 3, plus 2 is 5. So again, this one doesn't work. Okay. Looks like using this 1, 7 might actually be more helpful. What if I do 1 times 5 plus 2? That would get me to 7. So now let's try. Again, I can multiply by anything and then just plus 2. Okay, 2 times 5 is 10 plus 2. Ooh, I think we're on to something. Times 5 plus 2. So this is my rule, times 5 plus 2. So how I'm going to write this rule is I need to first multiply. So I'm going to do 5 times x, and remember we write that by squishing those two together, plus 2 equals y. Okay, go ahead and try this next one on your own. Go ahead and check yours with mine. Hopefully you found that pattern. It might take you some time. This is a challenging lesson. And then go ahead and turn to the short main dish part 2. Again, we're finding the rule, and then we're also adding our very own x and y that can fit into that type of rule. I could do times 8 plus 1. But when I do that here, I would get 17, not 15, so that one can't be it. Let's do times 5. No, I don't like that one either. Times 6 plus 3 times 6 plus 3. Let's see. 2 times 6 is 12 plus 3 is 15. Okay. Times 6, 18 plus 3. There we go. Times 6 plus 3. All right, so our rule is 6x multiply the 6 times the x plus 3 equals y. And now I can plug in any exponent here. I'm just going to stick with going in that kind of x pattern that I noticed. 6 times 5 is 30 plus 3 is 33. All right, go ahead and see if you can do the next one. All right, this one was just a simple one, kind of like what we have previously done in other lessons. So hopefully you didn't get too stuck up on it, but it's x plus 8 or 8 plus x equals y. Go ahead and knock out your dessert.